When it comes to choosing what sort of chemicals you're going to use for cleaning, it can become a bit daunting. So in today's video, I'm going to go through a selection of the different cleaning chemicals that I use. So whenever you use any cleaning fluid, you're always best off doing a test patch first, just to make sure that you're not going to damage people's property. The other thing, a bit of advice, is always make sure that you use the manufacturer's specifications when using it. Mix it as they say, mix the quantities that they say, and only use it where they say it can be used. So starting with the most simple of the cleaning products I use, very occasionally I do the insides with a bit of trad, don't do a lot, so I don't get a specific a chemical for the job, but if I'm doing inside trads I use Fairy Liquid, washing up liquid, easy to get hold of, really cheap, does a great job. As I said, there are specific ones for the job if you want to get them, but I don't use those. The next one that comes from the supermarkets again is Pink Stuff. This is a type of a scouring paste called Pink Stuff because it is pink. Now what I do is I use these on if you've got any really stubborn stains on UPVC. So it's great for getting that off. Wet up the UPVC and either use a bronze wool pad, a scouring pad, or I use the walnut pads, which I really like. These are all from DA Components, not sponsored by them, but they are fantastic products, so I do like them. So a bit of Pink Stuff onto the pad, give it a scrub on the stains, the stubborn stains on the PVC, and then rinse off, and you'll get a fantastic result from using that. So those are the very basic chemicals. So the next one is if you have hard water stains. Not something I tend to find I have a lot of problems with, but sometimes you'll have a bit of runoff from a bit of brickwork or from the cement or something like that, a bit of lead problem sometimes. Well, for the hard water stains I sometimes use Unger Rubout. I don't use a lot of it, it's very, very rare, but I've got it in the van there ready in case I do need it. Now you might have recently seen my video where I did a UPVC clean using Ubic 2000. I used to use Ubic all the time. It's a great cleaner. As you can see, there's only a tiny bit left, and that's why I used it in that video. I just wanted to get it used up because it's very rare that I use it anymore. So that's the Ubic 2000. I stopped using Ubic 2000 and started using the Vision TFR from Jigsaw Innovations. That's David Kemp. I've got the caustic, the non-caustic, and the CC. Now they're all good products. Again, I used them for quite a time. The caustic is a bit more aggressive than the non-caustic, I found. But again, be very careful about where you're using it, around pets and plants and that sort of thing. But you know, you just have to be careful when you're using any of these products. But what I tend to use instead now, if I'm using a TFR, is the Vision TFR CC. Now that's a super concentrated one, so I'll leave that in the van. 500 milliliter bottle, great in the van. You don't need to be carrying a great big tub, a 5 litre tub of TFR around with you when you've got that. So if I come across a job, they got a little bit of guttering to clean or a garage door or something like that, I'll tend to just water a little bit down and dip my brush into it if I haven't got my backpack with me. So I've always applied these with backpacks, so they've really done a great job. But to be honest, I didn't really enjoy doing UPVC cleans. Even with these, they do make it a lot easier, but it's still a lot of hard work. You get wet, scrubbing from underneath, it's just not very nice. So I started using the contact cleaner from Ionics. Now this is really expensive. I've had a lot of people say to me, why'd you bother using that? It's really expensive, waste of money, don't bother using it. Now this it's not like these which sort of break down the dirt and the grease. This is actually a type of soft wash. It contains sodium hypochlorite and sodium hypochlorite, so it works like a very mild soft wash. Now I apply this through my constant flow. which works really well. The constant flow foams it up. It is a really expensive piece of kit, but it does work very well. The constant flow foams it up so it adheres to the surface and works for a lot better. You leave it on. Now they've said it's a contactless cleaner or a contact foam, so put it on, give it a spray off after 20 minutes and it should come clean. Now it's not the silver bullet, it doesn't get everything off like that. I do tend to give it a scrub with a soft brush, but that does really bring it up well. I then quite often use a spray nozzle and just spray off any last bits of dirt, and that gets it off really well. And calling back to customers where I've used it over time, it does seem to stay whiter for longer. So that is the reason that I use the contact foam, because I do really like it, even though it's more expensive. Now I've had people say to me, so can you use the contact foam in a backpack, a gardener backpack? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I've never used it in a backpack, and I wouldn't like to say yes or no. If you do want to, give Ionics a ring and ask them. They'll tell you whether you can do or not. But I haven't personally. But I don't see why not. Don't say Squeaky Clean Dave said you can, because I don't know. But the thing is, if you used a backpack, you wouldn't get it to foam up. It'd just spray on as a liquid. So it's actually the constant flow that makes it foam up. It's not the liquid. So this is a selection of the cleaning products that I use. Some I use more often than others, but they've all been ones that I've used personally, and I know that they do all work. So as a bit of an analogy, it's like saying, I've heard people say, well, I just use water for cleaning PVC, you might as well just use that. That's like saying, well, I'm going on holiday to France, I'm going to swim across the channel. So if you want to get the ferry across the channel, use the Ubic, use the TFR. These will get you across the channel a lot easier than swimming. And if you want to go in a jet boat, use the contact foam. So that's how I look at the different chemicals that I'm using here. They've all got their place. They all need testing a little bit before you actually use them on anywhere. And you do have to be very, very careful with using them. Make sure there's no pets, no plants, and that you're using the right PPE. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.